All right. Happy Valentine's Day. It is Tuesday, February 14th. It's Valentine's Day. Ryan clearly has some tea.
Do you know the W Riz? Are your kids doing this?
No. What is that?
Oh, it's a thing. Somebody watching knows.
Okay. Yeah. I'll have to ask my kids when they get home. Anyway, it's Wake Up Real Estate. We're happy you're here. Create your free account and membership at wakeupre.com. Wherever you are watching this live, do us a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share, etc. We're doing cool stuff here, and we're trying to help folks in our community. I've got some Valentine's Day related content and shares that we'll dig into, and some things that you can turn into conversation opportunities for you. And it's Texting Tuesday. Tuesday. So I've got a Valentine's themed text and email, and even my social media post of the day is Valentine's theme as well. So lots of good stuff for you. And as I mentioned already, as you can see at the bottom, create your free account, wakeupre.com. Be sure to share your daily score at wakeupre.com/scoreboard. wakeupre.com/scoreboard. Each and every day, Ryan is giving away $20 in mailing credits, direct mail credits on thanks.io. And the reason why we're having you post in the community is so we can make sure we take care of you. So post your score at wakeupre.com/scoreboard. You can see the scoring in there, but basically we're rewarding you for taking actions that will get you more business. So generating more leads, having more conversations, getting more appointments, and ultimately getting to the closing table. All right, Ryan, what do you got to kick us off here?
You want to jump? Let's just look. The CPI numbers came in this morning, the inflation numbers. So they came in a little hotter than expected, which the last I checked, interest rates were kind of zooming up. This is a 12-minute chart. So the last hour or two since that news, they kind of zoomed up, and now they're correcting whatever. It could mean if inflation keeps going higher, that Jerome Powell needs to keep raising interest rates, which could be bad for mortgage rates. Wah, wah, wah. But they've been playing this game for like a year or two now, so you never know where things will go. But it's kind of an interesting thing to keep your eye on, right?
Definitely. And so we'll keep an eye on that and keep you posted here.
And then mortgage rates. Let's see. I got my social post of the day there. It's working on. Yeah, they're going up a tiny bit, but there's where we're at. 6.12.
Minimal. It's not a huge difference. Yeah.
And Josh, I learned something yesterday talking to somebody on your mortgage team for one of my personal investment properties. I learned that it was possible with a good credit score to do a DSCR loan. I think you talked about these with only 15% down. So I'm pretty excited about that on the mortgage front. I think we're going to take advantage of that program soon.
So DSCR, debt service coverage ratio, in other words, it is a type of mortgage program or loan product where the loan is based upon the property and the income that the property generates. There's some other qualifications there, but it's not based upon the borrower's income or bank statements or any of that. And so that's one of the creative solutions if you're working with real estate investors that we can help you with. And in fact, we are going to be building some funnels and lead generation content and swipables for those interested in that as well. So
it's a massive opportunity. Yeah, because you get to serve people who are like chronically or intentionally unemployed like us. The unemployables out there. For some reason, nobody wants to give them conventional mortgages.
Yeah, I don't know why. Who knows? All right. Did you have a social post of the day? Or you want me to hop and share mine? Okay.
I did one really cool one about a home valuation tool. Then I remembered it was Valentine's Day. So we'll share the one tomorrow for getting home values. And then I just started working on this, and then you can share yours. But my last minute was, if you didn't buy your wife a new house for Valentine's Day, then you might be a bit of an underachiever. Good news is today is you can still make a cash offer on one of these Pinellas opportunities. And then I would just put a link to some houses. So
perfect.
Just an idea.
Well,
what do you got?
I'll take a jumping off point right there. Let me share my screen here. And I posted this about an hour ago or thereabouts. And so this was a little video. I'm gonna walk through this whole thing here. And this will look this looks different on a mobile screen than obviously on my laptop, right? So on mobile, this content would be at the top and this would be a scrolling video here. Now, as you can see, this video is vertical. Okay, vertical in nature. And I'll tell you, I'm going to share the post here and then I'll tell you how I created this as well in just a minute. So looking for a sweetheart of a deal this Valentine's Day, check out all the recently price reduced homes available right now here in Central PA. And then I've got a link to my, so this is a link that I created with Rebrandly. Rebrandly is just a URL shortener. It's a tool that's very affordable. And this is a link that just points to an IDX squeeze page made with KV Core. Now you could build out that list in whatever platform you've got, okay, but that's all it is, okay. And so I took this long URL and I used this URL shortener to point it at that. Now a couple of hacks here that were included in this. Number one, I've got all these hashtags, and I didn't realize, I've seen it before but I didn't really realize. So I made this post from the Facebook, what do they call it now? The business suite, the Meta business suite. And you can actually create saved buckets of hashtags. So I took some time to build this hashtag list of 30. And now every time I make a post, I can literally, I don't have to type all of that out. It is saved in my business suite as another option or as an option. I could just click a button and it'll populate all those hashtags right in the post.
Is this the new meta keyword stuffing? Not to use the word meta, like from back in the mid 2000s where you'd put like 1,000 keywords in your website.
Well, you can only put 30, right? So you're limited to 30 hashtags, which I think is, the Instagram and Facebook. And I don't know that it'll get me much more, but it doesn't hurt to have it in there, So, and you can create them once and then save yourself time. And so this is like my catch-all Central PA real estate list of hashtags, right?
Not to go on too much of a tangent here, but I would probably put the ones first that actually have activity. So if you click on like Central PA real estate, you see a lot of activity on Insta.
Yep.
Because people are likely to be clicking on those on Insta, and then you're likely so that you could use that to figure out what hashtags to use is what I'm trying to say.
Well, so that's the cool thing. Like as I was building that list, every time you bring one up, it'll tell you how many like posts are related to that and stuff. So it's kind of, it's informative as you do that. And maybe here's what I'll do actually. We don't have a way to share my phone on these sessions, but I'll record myself doing it on my phone, and we'll put that as a bonus tutorial in the Wake Up Real Estate community. So just another opportunity for me to shamelessly plug the fact that you should create your free account at wakeupre.com. I'll put in there
there's an assorted tips and tricks section there in the left sidebar that we'll put this one under.
And since I'm mentioning that, we also, for those of you using KV Core, this came up the other day, this QR code. Mike shot a little tutorial on how you can add a QR code. It was what I think it's called secondary logo or something like that. And Mike put together a little tutorial. So if you're using KV Core, that tutorial is in there under the KV Core section. Now, one last thing about my social post. Here's how I made the video. So simple. I used my phone. So this link, the actual search results, I opened it up on my phone browser, my mobile browser, and I used my built-in screen recorder on this is my iPhone. They have it on Android too. I literally just started recording the screen and just scrolled through these properties for like 10 seconds. That was it. Now,
Gosh.
I actually used an app called CapCut and did some editing. I even put some music and some cool stickers, except apparently I didn't upload the right video when I actually made this post. So maybe I'll document that as well.
You redeemed yourself.
Go ahead.
You redeemed yourself. First, you said you use an iPhone, so I was thinking Josh is a boomer now. But then you brought up CapCut, which is kind of hip and young. So you're all right.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
CapCut is cool, by the way.
Yeah. And what I had added here was like some stickers with hearts and stuff, and just some little like light background music. But apparently, I was in a rush.
But you couldn't get it working, so you might be a boomer.
Exactly. It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Who knows? Yeah. Okay. So that was my social post of the day. I have a couple of more things that I thought I would highlight that I've been working on and kicking around. Actually, before I get into that, here's we've talked about Keeping Current Matters a couple of times on these sessions. It's a great bang for your buck. They provide lots of great value for us in the real estate industry. Here's a blog post that if you've got access, if you're signed up with KCM, a blog post that is Valentine's related, why it's easy to fall in love with home ownership. And there's even a good shareable here. More homeowners are falling in love. % of respondents who feel emotionally attached to their homes. Go ahead, Ryan.
Josh, just because I'm curious, I've never had a KCM account. Do you have an account?
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
What's that run? Just, I'm not trying to plug them. That we don't have.
They have a couple of different levels. I think their lowest level is $40 a month, and then they have an upgraded level that has an app on your phone that makes it really easy to make short form videos that are like TikTok, Instagram Reel, Facebook Reel friendly. But I think that like their base account is like $40, and there's some great stuff in here. For example, they do these buyer and seller guides that you can personalize and brand for yourself. They've got great social graphics and infographics, and there's really good stuff in here. They've got little videos that you can create and post. Really good value. I mean, it just really is. And
this seems like a good tool. The reason we do the social post today is because we're shifting in the last few years away from like being able to just ram pay-per-click at an offer. It still works, but you got to become a content marketer, and it's just a
totally
tool.
Totally. All right, couple more things here. Let's do our little motivation for the day. Getting around the right people is the biggest success hack in the world. We kind of hope that for some of you, Ryan and I are the right people, or that we're at least helping you and by giving you some success hacks in these sessions. But it's a good reminder that you are the average of the 4, 5, 10 people that you spend the most time with. You've probably heard that before, but it really is true. You become like the people that you spend your time with. So choose wisely. A quick mortgage minute, and then I want to get into Texting Tuesday here and share the text and email script. Keeping with the non-QM theme, and actually something that Ryan mentioned at the beginning here. This is a screenshot from another one of the lenders that we work with at Nexa Mortgage. We have access to over 200 lenders and literally just almost an endless supply of programs and products. This is just a screenshot from an email I got from one of them on several of the non-QM products. So bank statement loans up to 90% LTV. Now that is only in select markets, but if you'd like more information on that. DSCR loans up to 80% LTV. Now we do have some that will even do 85%, but this particular lender caps at 80. Second chance up to 85% LTV. Second chance meaning if you've had some financial problems or whatever.
Like
Foreign
a
national
foreclosure?
Exactly. Bankruptcy even. Now there's still going to be some time frame limitations, things of that nature. But options that you may not be aware of, that by you having that awareness and then being able to have those conversations in your market may uncover opportunities for you. Foreign national up to 75% ITIN, 80% asset depletion up to 80%. P&L, we talked about a P&L program, I think last week. And then written VOE only, verification of employment only, up to 80%. So some creative options just to, get your reticular activating system working, just to make you aware and help you be a problem solver and maybe find some ways to put some deals together in your market. Okay, it's Texting Tuesday. Let's get to the scripts. I was pretty proud of this one. Ryan would have probably come up with something more clever, but whatever. The text script that I sent out, and here's what I did. I filtered in KV Core for new leads and prospects, meaning they weren't active. They weren't currently active. And I chose subscribed, text, have phone and subscribe to text. Okay. And sent this out to it was several hundred this morning. Looking for a sweetheart of a deal this Valentine's Day, and I worked in some emojis. Check out all available recently price reduced homes right here in Central PA. And then there's my Rebrandly link again. Who knows? You might be able to find a smoking hot property with a little wake, right? Just trying to have a little fun, right? Add a little personality. People want to, people want to work with people, not robots, right? Yeah. And so when you can work in some of your own personality, as corny or dorky or as cringy as my kids would say.
Oh, that's my word too.
Have some fun. Yeah, totally. So that went out at 9:10 to a bunch of folks, and I also scheduled this email to go out because some of the folks, I have some people where it's a bad phone number or they've unsubscribed to text, but they're still subscribed by email. So this is how I spun it up. Very similar, but just tweaked it a little bit. The subject line: a sweetheart of a deal for you. First name, ? Hi, first name. Looking for a sweetheart of a deal this Valentine's Day. Check out all available recently price reduced homes here in Central PA. And then that link again. Who knows? You might be able to find a smoking hot property. Thanks, Josh. And P.S. Would you like more info or a private tour of any of these homes? ? Let me know. Right. So including in there a little expectation of response of some kind or another. People are more likely to do the things that you ask them to do. Right. Don't assume that people know. I can't tell you, what's a private VIP tour? It's just someone scheduling a showing. Right. But since I started using that language, which was around the beginning of the year, consistently, I've had people like pleasantly surprised. They'll say, "Oh, a VIP tour," like they think it's all it is a private showing, right? But it's the words that you use and the language that you use matter. Okay, and so framing it differently has a different, ends up landing with them differently. So. Lance says, where do we find this in Business Suite? As I said, Lance, it'll just be easiest for me to record it. But where I found it is I created my post, and then there's a little in the box where you put your text. There's a little hashtag in the bottom right corner. I clicked on that, and that's where you can create saved groups of hashtags. So I'll record myself doing it. We'll put it in the Wake Up Real Estate community, which you can get a free account at wakeupre.com. Wakeupre.com. Always find so much value in the loan programs we offer our prospects or clients. For sure. Like that is by being knowledgeable yourself and having, the right connections. Okay. For example, right here, you can be of more value and service. And I'll give you a very specific example. We did my mortgage team recently salvaged a transaction and legitimately provided value to a client. I had a client who had bought a new construction townhome at the beginning of 2020, I think. Yeah, 2020. And she wanted to sell that townhome and move closer to family. She wanted to buy another new townhome, but about an hour south of here, 45 minutes to an hour south of here. So regardless, she was going to sell her townhome. She had gotten a mortgage quote, an estimated quote, and she was getting discouraged. Like she didn't like the numbers, and she was just going to rent. I got her connected with Jordan on our mortgage team, and he was able to look at her entire financial situation, right? Everything, and was able to reallocate things to where it actually saved her a significant amount of money and made more sense for her to buy, which honestly, let's be truthful here. It makes sense. Like she's from day one, then she's building up some equity. So, she didn't, instead of looking at everything as like, the cookie cutter, easy, way of doing things, like, does this borrower fit in this, perfect box kind of thing, getting creative about how we can, maneuver finances and looking at the big picture is how you can provide real service and value, especially when it comes to the mortgage and financing side. All right, I've rambled enough. Ryan, what else are you working on today, my friend?
I'm getting a funnel live where I'm generating leads here in St. Pete, but I'm positioning you, as you know, on the thank you page. Maybe I'll show that really quick. It's a work in progress.
Sure.
That's probably the biggest thing on my plate right now. Let's see. So this is just a thank you page. The idea is that we're going to have any number of Facebook lead ads or Google pay-per-click ads running. And then after the opt-in, there's a video of me. I won't play it, just saying, hey, the list you requested is down below. So I'll just put a list of all anything that I'm advertising. They'll be able to click other stuff. These are all KV Core Squeeze links. It has a link to schedule with me on Calendly, right, which will create a Zoom meeting. And then you're over on the right side. In my video, say, over on my side here or down below, Josh will talk about some creative financing options. So what we're going to do is we're going to get your links, Josh, to some of these things, your Calendly link and all that. So this is just a good example of how you can, with your current mortgage partner, really leverage the flow of traffic and be intentional about what does somebody experience when they become a lead with you. There's an opportunity for you to get them set up with the financing right away as a sort of second step.
And the way the way I look at this is you're allowing the prospect to choose their own adventure. Referencing a book or a series of books from when we were younger, right? Where you read those books. I think Hardy Boys maybe was one of them, where you'd get to the end of a chapter and it would say, if you want them to do this, go to chapter 13. If you want them to do that, go to chapter 20. What we're allowing folks to do by presenting this information in the way that we're doing is them to choose what their next logical step is. And I can tell from experience that by doing this and letting them choose the way that they would like to proceed, you connect with more people. In other words, whenever you're ready on the financing side, whenever you're ready, here are your next best steps. You can schedule a time for a financing strategy session. Okay? And that's just a Calendly. B, you can create a free account and get started with an application right now here. Or C, you can call or text this number to connect with someone on our team and chat right now. Okay. And so does that mean everyone is going to choose one of them? No, but by presenting options for them, you're removing friction and allowing them to decide how they want to take the next step one way or the other, right?
There's another very important thing happening here with these bridge pages, as you would call them, and that is people who are actively searching for real estate. They're opting in to a lot of different sites, and they may be opting into your competitors' sites. And I would almost guarantee that very few, if any, of your competitors are presenting a video of themselves on the thank you page. And what 100%. This is doing, it's letting them get to know you a little bit. And then when you start sending follow-up emails and texts, they know who you are.
Yep. So Lance has a great question. Where do you build that thank you page? Question mark KV Core question mark.
Use KV Core. Just do a custom page. I'm using just another platform here, just because it was something where Josh is using on his mortgage side. So I just built it on his turf for that. But it doesn't really matter where you build it.
Use whatever asset you have. And in fact, if you don't have that, you can use a Google site. It's totally free.
Well, Josh, I've also used a YouTube video for a bridge page. You just redirect them to a YouTube video and tell them down in the description there's some links they can click on. That's the quick and dirty way. Yeah.
Totally. 100%. Andrew, welcome, Andrew. Hello, sir. Can you tell from your software if someone watched the follow-up video?
Not this software, but good question. I mean, there's definitely stuff we could use. I didn't even think of that, but yeah.
But what you can tell is, depending on how you set up the links and so forth, you can tell when people engage and so forth. So, for example, if someone is in KV Core and they go to one of those search links and they're looking at properties, you can sort of reverse engineer. Oh, they went to this, they checked out this type of properties, and so forth. So,
I think in this case, more what we'll rely on is the smart campaigns in KV Core. The follow-up emails will constantly reference this page.
Yep.
Constantly.
Totally.
We'll just the call to action, the PS will always be to come back here. And at that point, we can start to track what that behavior is.
So you kind of proactively addressed this question, but where do you place this thank you page? So if we were, and we are, you're running a Facebook lead ad, you would set that as the thank you page in the lead form, and then also drive your follow-up text, email, etc. back to this thank you page.
So my initial email will read something like, hey, thanks for accessing price-reduced properties in Pinellas County. This is the email going out from KV Core. I click here to access the list along with others and some creative financing options now. And they'll just keep coming back to this page in their experience.
Yep. Josh, what's the name of your link shortener again? It's rebrandly.com. Rebrandly.com. And they have a free version, but to use your own domain, like joshvips.com, and I have growwithjosh.com. To use your own domain, you do have to pay for their pro account, which is, I don't know, it's like $7 a month or $9 a month or something like that. It's all things considered, it's affordable, right? But there are free ones out there.
I just bought a T.ly. It's just another link shortener account like 2 days ago, Josh, for Wake Up Real Estate. I'll have to switch it to Rebrand.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? I was going to mention that to you when you messaged me about that, but whatever. Yeah. Lance says kind of like the Dean Jackson PS at the bottom of the email. Yes, the same idea, right? And we love Dean Jackson here. I mean, he is legendary. And the analogy to think about this is he uses this analogy all the time. I'm going to share this analogy, and then we'll sort of wrap up and come in for a landing. But he uses the analogy of if you were having guests over and you said, would you like some cookies? And, I'd be happy to bake you some cookies, right? Most people are going to say, no, you don't have to go to that trouble, right? But if you have the cookies already baked for them and you said, hey, would you like one of these freshly cooked baked cookies? Golly.
Are you baked cookie this morning, Josh?
Apparently. They're much more likely to say yes, right? And so we're making it easy for them to say yes to whatever that next thing is, right? Instead of the thank you page just saying, would you like us to create a custom search alert for you? Please let us know. We're happy to set that up. Some people will feel like they're putting you out, right? Especially those people that are just looking or just browsing or just starting the process. We're presenting with them freshly baked cookies of all varieties that they can choose which cookie they want. And oh, by the way, we've got cookies and we've got hot drinks as well. We've got coffee and hot tea and whatever, right? The cookies are the real estate and the hot drinks are the mortgage or financing options. And you're just making it easier. Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, just making it easier for them and removing that friction for them to take the next step. So some housekeeping items as we wrap up. Number one, make sure you create your free account and dig in, check out some of the additional resources, etc. at wakeupre.com. Make sure you share your daily scorecard as well. And you can get entered to get $20 in credit from thanks.io. And by the way, when you create your free account, Ryan has set it up to give you a $5 Starbucks gift card. So we're giving you some coffee just for signing up there. That's number one. Number two, make sure to please like, comment, subscribe, and share whatever platform you're on. By the way, this is we do have this on podcast, and I was listening back to some of ours, and you can definitely speed it up to 1.5 or 1.75, and you'll be just fine if you ever want to listen.
You can slow it.
You absolutely can do that as well. You can and here's what we got the rest of the week. Just kind of teeing up what you can expect the rest of the week. Tomorrow, I want to share a post that I shared in some local Facebook groups that uncovered a tremendous client opportunity and how you can R&D that, rip off and duplicate that. On Friday, it's Free Leads Friday, and I want to share some things that are working great for some of our, some folks in my EXP organization and some of our Wake Up real estate community to generate free lead opportunities. And we've got some special guests lined up as well. One of them from a data platform that I really like and recommend and use quite often, and some others as well. What platform do you use to create the asset with the videos and links? The asset. You mean the page?
The thank you page.
Yeah, I think that's what they probably need.
Yeah, you could use anything. I mean, YouTube and your current website is probably the cleanest way. I'm using a platform on the mortgage side that I was just playing around with for this. It's like a custom thing, but it doesn't. It really doesn't matter.
It could be a custom page on KB Core. It could be a custom page on whatever website your company provides. It could be a free Google site, or it could, as Ryan said, it could just be a YouTube URL, and you're telling them, the links that I'm describing are in the description. Check them out below. The video content is more important.
So tomorrow we should have an update on that thank you page, because I'm gonna have traffic running through it today. So we'll have an update and the page will be done, and we'll be able to share with you guys the exact page. You can look at the script, the stuff that Josh and I are saying in it, and then we'll put it in the Wake Up real estate area with some little bit of training and other stuff.
Yep. By the way, so the banner scrolling across the bottom, it's an unproven fact that people who subscribe to the Wake Up Real Estate YouTube channel close an additional 23 transactions a year. I want to highlight the fact that it says an unproven fact, but nonetheless, if you follow and you do some of what we're sharing here, you're going to create more opportunities. Ryan, that leg just looks totally apropos given the Valentine's Day theme here today. Okay, so thanks for spending some time here on Valentine's Day. Get out there and implement, take action on, use the texting script, use the email script, use the social media post of the day. If you want to be able to more easily rip off and duplicate or swipe and deploy, just go ahead and create your free account at wakeupre.com. Those shareables are made easier and more readily available in there, so you don't have to try and recreate them yourself. Make sure you introduce yourself in the community, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat station.
Thanks for watching, guys.
That's a boomer reference right there.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.